Today's video is on the explosion of UK centrist parties and why it probably doesn't matter. In the aftermath of the UK's 2016 Brexit referendum, a whole swath of new centrist and usually pro-EU parties have formed. The causes of this are, as mentioned before, the Brexit referendum, but also the lurch to the right and left of the Conservative Party and the Labour Party respectively. For those of you that know about UK political parties or have watched any of my previous videos, you might be saying, what about the Liberal Democrats? Surely as an anti-Brexit centrist party, they would be able to fill that middle ground. But that doesn't seem to have panned out. Now, the Lib Dems did gain 4 MPs, giving them a total of 12 in the 2017 general election, and has gained control of many councils and councillors since the end of the coalition government. But they aren't even close to recovering to their pre-coalition strength in 2010. This final and probably the least important causes of the rise of the centrists is the rise of Macron and his party En Marche in France, which obviously came out of nowhere to actually gain control of both France and the French presidency and the French legislature. However, the French electoral system is a lot easier to break into for new parties than the UK one. So it probably is the same way that UKIP managed to get to 3.8 million votes in 2015, but only 1 MP. It's likely that even if one of these centrist parties did do very well, they'd actually struggle to get past our first past the post system and into Parliament. So I might just have given away why this explosion doesn't matter already, but for a more depth look, let's actually look at some of these new parties. Now, the most visible of these new centrist parties, at least has been in my case anyway, is Renew Britain. Unlike many of the new centrist parties and campaign groups, think tanks, etc., these guys actually have contested some elections, more specifically the 2018 local election, standing 16 candidates. They also received 3 defectors from other parties, which means they actually do have, or did have, representatives in government. However, or not government, sorry, in councils. However, they failed to actually win any councils in 2018, and they lost one of their defectors in Wandsworth. Wandsworth was also a problem. They heavily targeted a London borough known as Wandsworth in the council elections. However, it was a major target for both the Labour and Conservative parties, who are the 2 big dogs of British politics, which made it very unlikely they were going to be able to break through. They sort of targeted it because it was very pro-EU and they thought that would help, but unfortunately tribalism between the Tories and Labour kicked in, and it was very much between those 2 parties. They also ran some in Newcastle. Since the election, there's also been infighting inside the party, which may have damaged their future. As negative as I was about Renew in that last section, at least they actually seem to exist beyond a Twitter account and actually contest elections. Some of the parties, new centrist parties, included the Radicals, whose last post on social media was in October 2017. Alliance is another example of a new centrist party. I'm pretty sure they actually still exist, and I'm not sure if they've run candidates or not, but I haven't actually seen anything of them on social media, and this is the kind of thing that flashes up in front of me a lot. Others are now defunct are, for example, the Spring and Democrats Party, which is now completely gone already. In the end, unless Renew can gain a few more council seats, and side note, if they even gain 10 or 20 out of the 20,000 council seats that are up for grabs in the UK, that's still pretty good for a new party here, considering that I think that would make them the largest party not in Parliament via council seats. That's not just one of these local groups that controls 28 seats in like Croydon or something, because they are the local Croydon group. But the main effect of these parties, if they do actually have one, will be to force people in either Labour or the Tories, if these parties get big, to try and cater to them instead of catering to UKIP. However, consequently, they might also steal votes from the Liberal Democrats, the only centrist party with any proper national representation. And because of that, they might actually end up damaging centrism as a cause in the UK a lot more than they actually help it. I'll leave a link to a description in a Guardian article, which is a brief overview which helped in the making of this video, although I did look at other sources for it.